Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Kate's Creative Space. I'm Kate, and in today's video, we're going to be doing one of my favorite videos, which is my October monthly review. So in this video, I'm going to show you my two finishes for the month and all of my current works in progresses that I've got going moving into November and December, and just kind of wrap up everything that I did in the month of September or month of October, diamond painting wise, and talk about my plans for November. So got lots to show you guys today. Let's get on into it. Okay, the first thing I want to show you guys is my November, my goodness, I'm already mixing up my months, my October mini dazzles. So I finished this the first week of October. If you're not familiar with this project, I basically got the months of the year mini dazzle set from Diamond Art Club, and it came with 12 mini dazzles, and I'm just doing each month the first week of the month or so. And I've really enjoyed doing this project just because they're mostly seasonal paintings, and it's just kind of fun to do a little seasonal something to start each month with. And it's just been an absolute blast to work on these every single month. So I only have two left, November and December, and then after that I'll be finishing this project and it'll be a completion for me. And I'm just can't believe how quickly the year has gone by. So I'll definitely have these ones linked below in the description box in case you want to try to pick it up to work on them in 2026, since we're getting really close to that time. But yeah, as far as finishing this one here, I was actually a little disappointed with this one. This is the first one that I was a little bit disappointed with. And it was mostly just because I feel like these pumpkins are such a light background, like such a light color that they blend into the background. And they didn't pop as much as I was hoping they would. When you pull it back, you can see they're pumpkins, but I just feel like they blend too much in with the background. So if I had noticed that maybe more when I was working on it and not just at the end when I was finished, maybe I would have tried to do something different with the shading on them. I'm also not that creative to be able to figure that kind of stuff out that well, but I still think it was a fun project and it was a good way to start October. So this is my first, technically not a completion because it's not going to be a completion until December, but the first thing that I worked on in October. Next, I will show you the ones I did complete. So this is Cursed, and this was my first finish for October. I did this for Drills and Chills, which is an event hosted by Diamonds and Washies Katie and Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights. I always mix them up because they have a Facebook page that has both their names together, and sometimes I get confused. But they hosted the event Drills and Chills this year. It's a really fun event for fall and Halloween themed diamond paintings. It is closing today because today is Halloween, but if you're interested, you could always get in on it next year. It was a lot of fun, and this was my finish for that event. This is Cursed by Mrs. Butter D. It is a round drill kit with 46 colors, 22 by 28 inches, or 55.6 by 70.7 centimeters. So this is one of my favorite size points in a diamond painting kit. 22 by 28 inches just is like my favorite size point, and a lot of Mrs. Butter D's kits come around this size, which I really appreciate. I really enjoyed doing this kit. I started this on September 1st and I finished it October 14th. So I do have a post review of this kit on my channel. I'll post the link for that down below if you're interested in hearing like all my in-depth thoughts about it. But I had such a blast with this kit. It is an archive kit by Mrs. Butter D, unfortunately, so you can't get it off the website anymore, but you can look for it in DSash groups or like eBay or Mercari or things like that if you're really hoping to find it. Unfortunately, it's a highly sought after kit right now, especially since the companion piece for this one just released in a mystery box, which is another highly sought after Mrs. Butter D kit right now. Yeah, and I know they're both really hard to get, and I'm sorry for showing it to you guys if you don't have your hands on it, but I was able to finish it, and I really did just enjoy working on this one. So I single placed this entire kit, and I don't know, everything about it was fun. I will say by the end of the painting, I was kind of ready to move on just because the color palette is not as bright as I typically go, but for Halloween, you know, and for Mrs. Butter D, I'll always make the exception on that. Same thing with the color blocking. Mrs. Butter D's kits have more color blocking than I typically go for in a kit, but her artwork is just so incredible to me that it really doesn't bother me to do it. So like this hat and stuff like this, normally I feel like that might intimidate me or burn me out. I didn't even flinch at it. I loved every minute of it. It didn't bother me doing all these browns and blacks and grays, and I had no issues with this kit at all. So the post review is posted. I will say it's not like super interesting because I'm not complaining about any piece of the kit, but I do have some more in-depth thoughts, and I kind of show you all the special drills and where they went into the kit, which is also really fun. This one did have 2 ABs and 2 fairy dusts, so I really enjoyed this one. And the cauldron in particular was a fun part of it. Sorry, it's really windy outside. Hopefully you don't hear that. Like my stuff outside is like dragging along the ground because it's so windy. I thought her hair was really fun to do. The skull here. I saved the pumpkin face for last, which is what I tend to do. I went from the bottom up, and then like right here, I think I stopped and went from the top down, saving the pumpkin face. I'm kind of weird about the way I work on my kids, but it works for me. And then I liked this part up here. So yeah, once I was done with it, I was kind of ready to move to a brighter color palette, but I worked on a couple other WIPs alongside this one, which helped break things up and make it a little more interesting and helped it not get too like burned out on the color palette. And it's the perfect Halloween kit. So no complaints here. I really enjoyed this one. It is an archived kit, so I felt like I had to savor it a little bit more, but I feel like I had like 3 archived Mrs. Buttery kits in my stash, and now I feel like I have like 7 because they're just archiving Mrs. Buttery kits left and right, which is a little sad. But I did get this one finished and was really, really excited to have it as one of my completions. So we'll take one more pan over of this real fast, and then I'll show you my next and last completion of October. I am not the fastest diamond painter, so getting 2 finished this month was really good for me. I think it's because I didn't finish any big canvases last month. Last month I only finished a set of mini dazzles. Okay, the next finish that I have is called Hey Guys. And this one is by Bailey J. This was another really fun one. I actually started this one in August. So I did it kind of for Drills and Chills, but not really. Because I started before Drills and Chills started. But that's okay. I started this one August 4th and I finished it October 22nd. So this one was so fun. This is one of the oldest kits that I have in my stash. And so I'm kind of trying to work on those older kits. And I am really glad I was able to pull this one out and work on it this fall season. I multi-placed this kit, which I don't normally do. Let me back up though and give you the stats of this kit before we get into that. The stats of this is, it is a square drill kit. It's called Hey Guys by Bailey J. It's 29 by 20 inches or 74 by 51 centimeters. It has 38 colors. 3 of those colors are ABs. This was my 17th Time and Art Club finish, my 26th finish of all time, and my 12th finish of the year. So Cursed was my 11th finish and my 25th kit that I've worked on. This is my 26th and 12th. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. I will say I multi-placed this one, which I don't normally do, and I struggled with some of the lighter colors a lot. I have a post review for this one as well that I'll have linked down below. And I had a couple of people comment that it was the multi-placing is definitely what caused the issues that I had with some gapping. I had some issues gapping here and in her face and in right here in her sleeves. And I do agree that I'm not the best multi-placer. I need to get a little bit better, and Kate from Diamonds and Dr. Pepper gave me a good suggestion on how to move forward with my multi-placing, which I really appreciated. But at the end of the day, when I look at this kit, I multi-placed almost the whole thing with a 4-placer. Like I said, I'm not the best multi-placer, and for good reason. I really like single placing. But I did not have any of the gapping or any of it with the green background over here. So while I will say, yes, I could be better at multi-placing, I multi-placed everything over here as well and had no gapping really at all. And then I multi-placed over here and I did have a lot more gapping. So I think it comes down to the drills themselves. See, I had a lot of gapping in the blacks and in the browns. And while yes, I feel like I can clean up the way I multi-place and I could definitely use good practice, I think that the drills for the browns and the blacks in this kit were just a touch smaller than the drills for all the greens and the background colors, if that makes sense. So I feel like these kind of gapped more because there was more space in them. I definitely like could have gone in and straightened this up a little bit. And I don't like, I'm a perfectionist. That's why I'm not a huge fan of multi-placing in general. Because I feel like if I have to fidget with every single drill, I may as well just set them down individually, especially because I'm only 4 placing, you know what I mean? So it's something I'm still gonna practice in life. But like you can just see the line right here where I multi-place. And yeah, that's my error for sure. That's user error. But at the same time, I multi-place the exact same amount over here. And I just feel like there's no gapping in those spots really at all. So part of me thinks it was my fault for sure. And part of me thinks that the brown and the black colors of this kit are just a tiny bit smaller. And maybe that's why the gapping was a little bit, and like the peachy tones of her skin tone. So all in all, I had a great time working on this kit. I had a good experience with it. I was excited to kind of practice my multi-placing since I don't do it very often. How many times can I say multi-place in this video? Please don't count. But yeah, so I learned a lot of things with this kit, and I'm taking this one as a learning experience, which I'm really, really thankful for. So overall, I loved the artwork. Bailey J is an amazing artist, and like the spider over here, I thought it was so adorable, and I loved the candles. There was lots of ABs in the candle. The ABs were like a very pale yellow and an orange, and so it was mostly in the candles and the stars, and this one for sure was a lot of fun to work on, and I'm really glad that I got it out because, like I said, it was one of the oldest kits in my stash, and I just wanted to make sure I made time for it before I gained so many extra Halloween kits from this year that it would get pushed to the bottom of the list. So she's just so cute and smiling, and every time I said, "Hey guys," when I'd start a video, my daughter would be like, "Hey guys, that's your diamond painting you're working on," and I just think she's so fun. So this one was a good one, and my other finish for October. So next I'm going to show you guys my WIPS. WIPS stands for work in progress. I have quite a few, but I am tying up a lot of loose ends to go into November. So my first WIP that I'll show you, I did show you guys last month. It is the Pretty Little Gem Mini Paintings Shops set. So I got a few more done. So I will show them to you guys again. And my goal, once again, for November is to get these finished. So I think I will be able to do that this month for sure. I had a lot of fun with these, and I'm having a lot of fun with these. So I did the Chinese restaurant longer ago, the bakery, the toy store, the barber shop. And then this month I worked on the little 7-Eleven guy, which has a 5 instead of a 7, which is so cute. And then I finished the bookstore. I'm glad they put book on this one to help me out because I called this one a clothing store for an embarrassingly long amount of time before someone told me that's a croissant. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not see that? So, and then I got the cafe done. I actually did this one last night. So this one was the fastest one for sure. But Pretty Little Gem, this is my first time working with Pretty Little Gem, and I'm absolutely in love with their little kits here. They're fun. They're so cute, and I am really restraining myself from getting on there and ordering just a billion more of these. I have enjoyed every single minute working on these. I will say, I feel like this set is probably the highest confetti set you could get, and it has the highest amount of colors. I don't remember exactly how many colors it has, but it's a lot. It's definitely, it definitely filled an entire container set from Hobby Lobby and then some. So it filled 2 of those. So it is a huge high color count, tons of confetti, and they take a ton of time. I'll go in and I'll diamond paint a section and think that I'm ready to move on. And I almost always miss a color that I have to go back and pull back out just because of how much is there. But confetti doesn't scare me. I don't shy away from it, and it doesn't like make me not like it. So since I really enjoy confetti kits, it really doesn't bother me that much. I will say, I think a lot of the other Pretty Little Gems probably are not as extreme as this one because of all the detail of having little shops. This definitely is probably the highest confetti you'll get. But like I said, I like a challenge, so I didn't mind starting with the highest. But this is my first Pretty Little Gem experience, and I 100% am excited that I can talk about them and rave about them and give them my full stamp of approval. I have loved every minute of these kits, and I'll be so excited to order more. I like to show you guys firsthand what I'm talking about so that you're not like buying from places and being like, oh, this is terrible. Why did she say that this would be good? So, and luckily, Pretty Little Gem, for me, is a big fat yes. So I have 5 of these left. I am planning on knocking them out in November. It's going to be a lot easier because these 5 are like my favorite 5. I was doing them from like least favorite to favorite. So I think that I'll be able to get these ones finished in November, no problem. Especially because I'm really trying to tie up a ton of loose ends before moving into the new year. So that is my Pretty Little Gem whip for you guys, and be excited for a finish on these. I'm promising these are going to be finished by next month. Hold me to it, guys. The next whip I want to show you is Basking in the Glory. I actually did make some progress on this one. So if you're new to my channel, this diamond painting I'm working on with my daughter, and she is 6, and so her attention span is not the longest. So we actually got to about here and then we kind of stalled out. So for the longest time I showed it last month and I didn't even put a single drill down on it, and then sometimes I don't even show it because we've made such little progress on this. But I have this one kitted up in my Elizabeth Ward tray, and I really needed the Elizabeth Ward tray to work on, to kit up one of my Christmas kits that I really want to put in there. So I ended up pulling out this kit just to re-kit it into an art dot container. It only has 26 colors, so it was really easy to just pour them into the bottles, and just pulling it out to move it over got my daughter back interested in it. So this is Basking in the Glory by Sharon Cummings. I keep forgetting to actually do the details of these kits with you guys. I'm just talking your ear off. It's 13 by 20 inches or 32.8 by 50.7 centimeters. I got this one on Amazon. It's a round and it's 26 colors. The last time I looked, I didn't see it on Amazon anymore, but if I do find it on Amazon, I will link it down below for you guys. And if I don't find it, there is a really similar one. So I'll try to link them down below. This one and or the similar sunflower one that's on Amazon right now. I really like Amazon because they offer a lot of snack size kits. And they're just really fun, especially to work on with my daughter who doesn't have the ability to do these big giant kits yet. So yeah, once I was switching them over to the Art Dot Drills containers, she was like, I want to work on this again. So we got this whole section knocked out in one day. She was like on fire for it. She worked on it all afternoon. It was cute. I am still counting it as a finish for me because I've done considerably more than she has. It's something we sit down and we do together, which is really fun. But I do have a helper on this one. So hopefully that's okay to count this still in my life as a finish. So I love the ABs in this. I love the colors. And I think she's going to be a little sad because we're almost, once we do this section and finish it up, we'll be done with all the purples. But I am hoping that we get this one finished in November too, because she asks all the time, can we work on Basking in the Glory? Can we work on it? Can we work on it? So she is really into it right now, and I'm going to take advantage of that. We're going to get this one finished up too. So actually really helps me out because like I said, I'm really trying to go into next year without a ton of whips. So I'm glad that we made progress on this one. I do see us finishing this one up too. So count that as a November goal. And then I have one more whip to show you. This one is called The Mansion. Sorry, Basking in the Glory is getting crumpled. I fix them real fast. Okay, this one is called The Mansion. This is by Maria Chetkareva, and it is from Orloa. This one is so beautiful, you guys. I have some progress done up here because I'm weird with the way I work on my kids. Let me know down in the comments, how do you guys work on your kids? Do you have like an exact formula? I know some people are like bottom left to top right. Some people are like top left to bottom right. Or do you just kind of bounce around? Or do you, I mean, what is your process with how you work on your diamond paintings? I'm really curious. I'm really curious how other people work on their kits. My motivation is leaving my favorite part for last. But also, I work on a really small table and I can't let one half of my diamond painting get too top heavy or it pulls off the table. So that's why I sometimes tend to like go from the bottom and then turn it around and go from the top so I can distribute the weight a little bit better. Let me know down below, how do you guys work on your kits? Is it different every time or do you do the same? Because I feel like I'm a little bit different. Or do you do horizontal stripes or vertical stripes? Or I'm really curious. So definitely let me know. I started this kit. I'm going to pull up my logbook here. I started this kit September 11th. This one is squares, like I said, but I think that Oraloa offers this kit in a choice of squares or rounds, which is a really cool thing that Oraloa does for some of their kits. Not all of them, but I feel like they do it for a lot of them. And I have loved every moment of this kit. I feel like the drills fit together so well. I feel like the special drills are so pretty. Look at the purple. This purple I'm obsessed with. This dark purple. It's like their version of a fairy dust. It's called just a special drill. And then especially up here in the heart, look how dreamy this lavender fairy dusty. It's not fairy dust. They don't call it fairy dust. They just call it special drills. But look how dreamy that fit together. Like that is so, this section right here, look at this. Hang on. I'm dropping it. Look how dreamy that is. That's like absolute perfection. So I am going to put this one away though. I posted a video a few weeks ago. I'll link it down below because this is the video where I just link all my other videos for the month. But where I discussed planning out my November and December kits. And I asked you guys if I should keep this one and work on it or if I should put it away. And since Christmas is my absolute heart and joy, and I'm just so excited to start Christmas, everyone told me, girl, go ahead and put it away if that's what you want to do. So since I got the internet's permission, I am actually going to put this one away. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with putting this one on hold. I've had a lot of fun with it. It was one of my rainy day kits. And I am going to allow myself to put it away and really enjoy it again next year. And I think that that's really cool. Some people even said that they work on like, they've worked on one Christmas kit for 2 or 3 years and really look forward to pulling it out every year and working on it. And I'm like, that's such a great way of looking at it. I don't want this kit to turn into something I just want to slog through and get done with. I want this one to be a kit I enjoy. And I feel like if I pulled it into November, I would just be like, all right, just get it over with. And I don't want to feel that way about it. So I'm really excited to finish this up next year. I know I'll have plenty of time. I might pull it out early. Like I did Hey Guys in August when I was ready to get into fall. So maybe I'll pull it out a little bit earlier and enjoy it. I'm going to write down a lot of my thoughts about it now so that I don't forget for next year. But yeah, I'm going to put this one away and I'm going to be okay with it. So when you count this big section up here, I have finished about half of the kit. It doesn't seem like it because they're separated, but I have finished about half of this kit and I've really enjoyed it. So it's one of my favorite Maria Chetkarevas that I own, and I want to savor it a little bit. So I am going to put this one on hold until next year and wrap it up then. And I think that that's going to be really good. So this will be the last time you see this one for a while, but you'll see it again next year. And when you do, let me know in the future. Hey, I remember you putting that one away. None of us will remember that, but that's okay. So last look at this one. The purples in this kit have just been so much fun. And it was a really good one to work on after working on the color palette of Kirsten. Hey Guys, they were 3 such very different kits. Although I will say working on 3 at the same time was a little too much for me. So that being said, that was my last WIP to show you guys. Now let's talk about my plans for November and December. My plans for November and December are to finish Basking in the Glory with my daughter and to finish my shop's Pretty Little Gem kit. because they are my top priority so that I don't like go into too far. I just am overwhelmed by the amount of WIPs I have. I have too much going on. I really like working on 2 kits at a time, I've realized. So since I'm putting this one away and I've wrapped up these ones, with the exception of working on this one with my daughter and working on this, I am working on 2 Christmas kits. And the general vote has come out that I am working on Christmas Switch by Marigona Sully and Christmas Candy Box by Mrs. Butterdy. I am so excited to work on these kits this year for Christmas. In my November and December kit video, I had people vote, and the vote was so close between these 2 and Cozy Christmas Switch by the same artist and Christmas Drink by the same artist. So it was definitely neck and neck. I literally had to have my husband pick the choices out of a hat because it was just too close. They were tied every single time I tallied everything up. So I'm excited for these 2. This one only has 35 colors. This one has 62. So a lot more going on in this one, but they're just both going to be so beautiful. So my plan is I'm actually going to kit this one up probably today in my Elizabeth Ward now that it's empty. And I'm going to kit this one up, but I'm going to hold off on starting this one until November 15th because I want to work on it for jingle drills. Except I also heard about a holiday Mrs. Butterdy event. I think I might work on it for that too. If I'm allowed to work on it for both events, I'll probably work on it for both of the events. We'll just have to see if I'm allowed to. So there is, I'll try to link both of those events down below. I only found the holiday Mrs. Butterdy one yesterday on Facebook, and I'm like really, really excited. I'll link that one down below. It's just a holiday event for working on any Mrs. Butterdy kit, and I'm very, very excited. Maggie wants to see the diamond paintings, my kitty. So I think that'll be really fun, but I want this one to probably be my jingle drills. If I go crazy with diamond painting this next 2 months, I am going to try to work on Christmas Drink as well, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I learned from the Halloween experience that 3 at the same time was too many. So I'm going to keep it down to these 2. But I am making an exception because I'm also planning on kitting up Gardener's Haven, which is my kit from Art Dot that I just got. I'll link that video down below as well if you guys aren't overwhelmed enough with all of my talks of linking videos. But I got that one from Art Dot. They sent it over to me, and it's gorgeous, and I want to work on it so badly, but I also want to be able to see how it looks for you guys. Maggie. One sec. Anyways, I'm making it a goal and a priority to start that kit and be able to really give you guys some honest feedback about how I feel about the drills and about the grid field and all of that. So that is going to be like my one exception of a WIP that I'm probably going to bring into 2026 because I'm not going to focus on it 100% just because it's not a Christmas kit. And I really love Christmas kits. And that one is such a gardening one. I really wanted to work on it in the spring, but I don't want to wait that long to be able to give you guys my honest thoughts about a new to me company. So I'm going to start it and at least put some drills down, see how I feel about it, get a good feel for it. My mom actually really loves that kit and wants that kit, so I might even let her work on it a little bit, see if I can get some opinions from her about how she feels about it. I just want to really make sure that I feel good about the company, so since I am talking to you guys about them. So that one I'm also going to work on, and if I get these mini dazzles done in enough time, like if I get them done soon enough in November, since I'm holding off on this one and these will probably be the only ones that I'm working on, I might get up another mini dazzle set. I have the winter set, but I don't have the Christmas set. If I cave and buy the Christmas set, I might work on that as well. So I really do enjoy having a mini dazzle set to have to work around my kids. I don't like having my big giant canvases around my kids, but I don't mind working on like my mini dazzles like when I'm doing school with my oldest. So those are my goals for November and my finishes for October. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy seeing what I've been up to. Let me know down in the comments below, did you guys finish any kits last month, or do you have any WIPs, or are you already working on Christmas? I love talking about diamond painting things, so tell me everything down in the comments. I will personally read and respond to every single one of the comments. I really appreciate when people interact with me, and this saves my husband from me talking his ear off about diamond painting things, because I love him to death and he does try to be interested, but it's just not 100% his thing. So it's fun talking about it with people who understand it the way that you guys probably do. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more diamond painting videos, definitely feel free to hit that subscribe button. I love my little corner of the internet and we're building something really happy over here. So feel free to subscribe and be a part of it. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.